have not.
You are watching IGN at San Diego Comic-Con 2025. Xenomorphs have been terrorizing moviegoers for almost 50 years, but later this summer they are creeping onto a smaller screen for an extended stay. Here to tell us about the all-new FX original series, Alien Earth, please welcome the stars of the show, Sydney Chandler, Timothy Olyphant, Babou Ceesay, and writer, director, executive producer, series creator, and I'm guessing creature wrangler, Noah Hawley. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having us.
So I've seen the first episode of the show. I'm extremely happy about it. Big, huge Alien fan. One of my favorite pieces of trivia from the original movie is that for the facehugger dissection scene, Ridley Scott had a bunch of rancid shellfish that he put in there. And so all of those looks of disgust, genuine. What was the weirdest, grossest, scariest, or otherwise most alien experience making the show?
I have to say, being chased by a xenomorph in real life, in real time, and Cam, our monster actor, is very fast. That was incredibly surreal, because I used to be terrified of the xenomorph. I mean, I still am.
I would imagine more so, yeah?
Yes, and so to have that, happen in real life, in real time, and to be genuinely afraid, it made me giddy. It was amazing.
Oh, now it's me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm still stuck on them. They got to have the actual stuff that smelled bad. That would have been nice. You know what I mean?
I knew it was a surprise for them.
Yeah, you just get a little, it's like free.
You know what else Ridley did was that he would have PAs jump out of the shadows and yell in the actors' faces at random moments just to keep them on edge. I could have done that.
Would you have liked that? Yeah.
Well, I was doing a lot of that, and so it would have taken my job away. But that would have been nice. Yeah, okay. I like that. Season 2. Yeah. Can't wait.
Yeah, rancid shellfish. I got the note.
I used up my time. You want to answer?
You dodged the question.
No, I just used up my time.
I've seen you getting hassled by a xenomorph, and it looks uncomfortable.
There we go. The drooling, that was interesting. For me, it was the body parts strewn outside an elevator. And a few gifts were left in there for me to, see up close. It was disgusting.
What about you, Noah?
Oh, well, my job was to gross them out, really. So
Yeah.
I was happy doing that. No, I mean, the most surreal moment, really, for me is in recreating the sets from the original movie. When you first walk onto those sets, it really collapses time. And you feel like you've just walked into the movie. And I enjoyed watching everybody's face as they would step onto those sets and feel that feeling.
Now, you have an amazing track record for taking kind of existing universes and really, building them out. What was sort of the biggest challenge when doing Alien Earth that wasn't present when you were doing Legion or Fargo?
Scale. We had a crew of 750 people. We had 14 sound stages. We had a big coastal unit that went down at the end. It was, and a lot of it is shooting to things that aren't there physically. A crash site that's mostly just a little bit of rubble, and you have to envision the rest. And to really be able to direct at that scale was a great challenge.
Awesome. You had another kind of weird thing going on where you have a bunch of adults who are playing hybrids with the minds of children. Sydney, can you tell us about playing Wendy, who is, a child whose brain has been put, consciousness has been put into a synthetic body?
Yeah, I mean, there's no research you can do as far as preparing for the role. She's quite a blank page, and I feel like a blank page can give you a lot of pressure or a lot of freedom. And I feel like Noah allowed me to fall into that freedom and helped me with that pressure, and to lean into the child, And so I ended up, going to a kids' karate class. I did all of these things trying to become a child. I was really bad at karate. But I just kept getting more anxious, trying to find where she would fit within me. And I finally sat down and I wrote down 3 words that kind of encapsulated a child to me. And it was instinctual and observant and honest. And after filming, I would add brave as well. And I just jumped off from there. I didn't know Wendy or find her until I started working with everybody. Once you start a scene and find the colors of the other actors, I'm like, oh, there she is. So thank you.
Now, this is a show with a lot of, you got androids and hybrids, and it's a lot of posthumanism. I guess what's the trick for a performance where you are seeming more than human without just coming across as regular human or full-on robotic?
I'm going to wait to see what the critics say about my performance, and then I'll come back and tell you why it was really good. If it fails, I don't, you just play the scene, I think. That's what I mean, he makes the job really easy because he writes really good stuff. You also make the job easy, by the way.
You're welcome.
And you as well.
Oh, thanks. Throw that in there.
But, you just play the scene and trust.
Were there any existing kind of artificial intelligence style characters either in the Alien universe or larger pop culture that you drew from?
I'm going to forget the actress's name, but there's a wonderful performance. Natasha, she's in Solaris, the remake that Soderbergh did. Mm-hmm. I love her performance. So I might have stolen a couple things from that.
Nice.
Yeah, she did some things where I was like, oh, I'm just going to do that.
You had some input on Kirsch's hairstyle.
Yeah.
Tell me about the thinking behind that, and was it at all influenced by Roy Batty in Blade Runner?
Yeah, no, that was a Rutger Hauer tribute.
I love it.
Yeah, that's all that was. Let's do that. And then Noah took it further with the eyebrows.
Now, Noah, you've created a bunch of new life forms for this universe. Did you have any specific rules about what wouldn't work, what wasn't allowed, what didn't make sense, and also what was your litmus test to know that you'd found something that fit?
Well, definitely at the writing stage, it was function over form. There's such a biological horror, a sort of genetic revulsion that you feel watching that first Alien movie and the discovery of what the life cycle of this creature was. And so to get that feeling back, that discovery back, I decided to create 4 new creatures. And then the question really was, how is it gross? How does it hit that genetic revulsion point? And, for me, comedy and horror are the same. It's just tension, 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 release. And so, I would know when I'd hit the right design when I just started laughing because it was just so awful. It was just so awful to do that to somebody.
I love it. Now, you kind of talked about this getting chased by the Xenomorph. I've never met a Xenomorph. I know what they look like. We all kind of know it. What was your first impression? Babou, you're the first person you see kind of interacting with one on the show. What was it like just...
Well, Noah does these very intense screen tests where it's almost like you're doing the show. And my first thing that I shot was with Cameron, in the Xenomorph outfit, 8 foot tall, drooling, and then out comes this internal mouth. And at that point, obviously I know I'm standing there, but I started feeling this chill deep inside me and thought, oh, that's interesting. I'm scared. This is interesting.
That helps. I imagine that makes it easier.
Indeed. Yeah.
Tim, what about you? Did you interact with this awful thing at all? This creature?
Just a little guy. Right? I think I hung out with the little guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of secrets, a lot of mysteries here still at hand.
Yeah. No, I got to hang with a couple of them. Not
Craft services.
Yeah. Bangkok. It's an interesting place, you know what I mean? You can take anybody, anything, almost anywhere, and get a good price on a meal.
Good to know.
Yep.
In the original film, they called the alien Big Chap. Did you have a nickname for the Xenomorph, or was it just Cam?
It was Cam, the vegan Xenomorph. Just the sweetest human being. So kind. And then he'd get in the suit, and it was so terrifying.
Okay, so canonically, what do you think it doesn't have to be canonically, it can be unofficially, personally. What do you think a Xenomorph smells like?
I'd say like gasoline. I don't know. Something mechanical, almost.
There's a lot of fluids, that's all I'm going to say. A
Not
lot of
good.
fluids, no.
Shellfish?
I once grabbed a cockroach off my back. I just kind of grabbed it, didn't know what it was, and squished it. And it had the most incredible smell. For 3 or 4 days after, as I'm washing my hand, it was still there. I think that's what a xenomorph smells like.
What
If
does
you
that
want to know
smell
what a
like?
xenomorph smells like, you got to find a cockroach.
Yeah.
Okay.
crush it in your hand and see what happens.
Yeah, my go-to has always been like sort of shellfish, bugs, and gasoline mixed together. So I feel like we're all kind of on the same page here.
Great perfume.
Horrible aroma. Now, Tim, Babou, you guys are both in Star Wars. You're in The Mandalorian and Rogue One, respectively. How are the vibes on an Alien production different from when you're in a galaxy far, far away?
Oh, the vibes?
Yeah, just the overall kind of energy.
The Star Wars vibes got like that new agey kind of thing going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Does that, extend behind the scenes, or people kind of just more like...
No. In fact, the Jawas are kind of a pain in the ass.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like they didn't pick up on any of it.
Okay. All right.
For me, it's the monsters. It's that tension that Alien has because of the alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you get to work with the Jawas?
No, I
Yeah.
did not.
No. Yeah.
Should I be happy about that?
Not very many people have gotten to work with the Jawas. I'm very proud to say that I'm one of the few. And I'm professional.
Okay. Who's more professional, a Xenomorph or Jawas?
Who's more unprofessional?
Yeah.
Well, you get a bunch of unprofessional people in a group. You know what I mean? It's just worse.
Okay, fair enough. Now,
The Xenos don't hang in large numbers.
That's
Have you
fair,
noticed
yeah.
that? There's never like 12 of them.
Luckily.
Exactly. By the way, in respect to the Jawas, if there were like 12 Xenomorphs all hanging out, I bet a bigger problem.
that is a big problem right there. Well, yeah, one problem I don't have next month is finding out what to watch. Thank you all so much for coming by our show and also for making a really, really cool Alien show. I'm excited for more people to see it and to see more of it myself. You can catch Alien Earth when it premieres August 12th on FX and Hulu, but don't go anywhere because we've got more of the cast stopping by for more San Diego Comic-Con coming up right here on IGN.
Thank you, Max. Thank you. Appreciate it.